Hello, hello. This is Jana Hancock with the Feel Good, Get Tough podcast. Feel Good, Get Tough, episode 24, Insurance Shopping. Last episode, we talked about the energy of money. At the end of today's episode, we're giving away something free to every listener on this podcast. So make sure you listen to the end so that you know how you can get your free gift. Insurance shopping. I can tell you there's many different ways to insurance shop, but I'm going to give you some good ideas to help you make sure you get something that will benefit you, um, so that you're not paying too much. There are several different kinds of insurance. There's auto insurance, there's health insurance, as well as life insurance. Those are the main three that most people are looking at. When it comes to insurance shopping, it's really important that you compare apples to apples rather than apples to oranges. But you need to make sure that you ask the right questions when you're getting some insurance quotes. And then when you do some comparisons from other companies, make sure you are comparing apples to apples. Make sure it's the same deductible and that it's the same dollar amount of coverage. Also, many people do get quotes over the phone for insurance, in particular, auto insurance. And the important questions to ask are, okay, what's my deductible going to be? What's my monthly premium? And also, one that you may not have thought of is ask them, is this an introductory rate or is it going to go up after we go through underwriting? Okay, so any of you that have experienced this in the past where you got a really good deal on auto insurance and then a month or two later down the road, all of a sudden they jack up your rates, well, that ends up not being a good deal. And you want to be with a stable company that's not going to do that. So I would check, always dig a little deeper and let them know, hey, I want to make sure that I'm getting the absolute best deal for my money. And the agent you're working with, ask them what they will do for you if you encounter a claim situation. With auto insurance, it's really important also to how well they pay their claims, their claim service. Now, if you're shopping for auto insurance, another question you should ask would also be, check with renters. So lots of times discounts can be offered through a lot of auto insurance companies if you bundle it with something else, such as if you own a house, you can also have the agent quote you homeowners insurance. And also, when you do look at homeowners insurance, you want to look at the replacement cost of what they value your home at and what the deductible would be on that as well. But also, renters insurance, if you rent, lots of times is very inexpensive to purchase, but can be bundled with auto insurance, and in some cases may actually lower your auto insurance payment monthly if you purchase and bundle it with renters insurance. But like I've said before, it's always good to comparison shop and make sure you are comparing apples to apples, because the deductibles when it comes to dental plans, health insurance plans, they're not all the same. And lots of times they're all different and the benefits can be different. So you have to also take into account what's in your budget, how much do you have to spend for dental or health insurance. And some health insurance companies offer you a discount when you bundle their dental and vision plans with health insurance. That's not always the case because even if you do look at dental insurance as well, you may want to look at different kinds of dental plans. But the way dental plans are, they're easy to get almost any time, and typically they don't have any major underwriting issues. And when it comes to dental and vision plans, I usually recommend don't buy a policy until you need it, until right before you know you're going to need it. And in that case, sometimes getting two dental policies at the same time might actually help you. So, yes, I did say two. And the reason for that is if you have, no, you have, so the only time I recommend you buy two dental policies is when if you if you find out you have to have a lot of dental work done, well, then one dental policy can act as primary and the other dental policy can act as secondary. If one dental policy covers 50% of what you spend out of pocket and the other dental policy might cover 30 or 40%, then that really maximizes your out of pocket expense with the amount that you are paying on dental, and then therefore offsets the cost of the monthly premiums lots of times. And then you end up paying very little to no out of pocket sometimes on some really expensive dental work. But you need to make sure that you ask the right questions when you're getting some insurance quotes. And then when you do some comparisons from other companies, make sure you are comparing apples to apples. Make sure it's the same deductible and that it's the same dollar amount of coverage. Okay. And then also with life insurance, same thing. Usually, most life insurance policies do not have a deductible, but they do have surrender charges if you happen to need to take money out of it early. That's if you get a whole life policy versus a term life policy. Um, but it depends on the type of life insurance. There's several different types of life insurance. There's whole life, there's accident and dismemberment policy. Those are usually the free ones that your bank offers. And I can tell you that the payouts on those types of policy are very slim to none. So typically, only take the free and don't buy any additional insurance because you're better off to go with something else for additional insurance. And I usually recommend going with a broker as opposed to a captive agent because a captive agent usually can only sell with one particular company, which means you don't really have the option of comparison shopping very much with only one agent. So sometimes it might make sense to shop around a little bit. I don't usually recommend shopping online because lots of times shopping online, you put in your information, you end up getting 20, 30 different phone calls within the hour on your phone. And really, who wants that on a policy? But it's really important to protect yourself, whether it be in the area of your health. You need to have something in place so in case if something happens to you, your family's not left with huge amounts of medical bills. And you also want to make sure that you're covered in case if something does happen to you, your family is provided for. So that's why I do recommend every person get a life insurance policy. I know there's many people out there that don't believe in them, and there's many people that really promote heavily term life policies, but not everybody can get an insurance policy. Some people with their health can't qualify. So, but however, you need to do what you can to prepare for the end of life in case if you have, and I, everyone at some point may face the end of life. And that's something you need to be prepared for and look out for. So thank you so much for staying with me to the end. I have the free gifts that I have for you today is one of them is an insurance shopping guide, and this is just a booklet that's been published by one of the companies I work with. They are not necessarily endorsing, and this product does not endorse any insurance companies at all. But what this guide is this is a funeral planning guide. It's not only a funeral planning guide, but I've also got a insurance shopping guide as well. And this is available in a digital download. Um, and if you just send me an email at feelgoodandgettough@gmail.com, in the subject line, put in insurance shopping. Okay? And you will receive a link to the digital download. So thank you so much for listening today, and I hope you have a great day for yourself. Thank you for listening to the Feel Good and Get Tough podcast. If you liked my podcast, make sure you rate it and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss another episode. You can also connect with us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, or visit our website at feelgoodandgettough.com.